heaven and earth, we beseech thee to inspire and guide all our counsels and actions, so that we may always walk in the path of justice, love, and charity to one another. Help us with thy grace to do only those things that will promote the unity, happiness, and prosperity of Nigeria. Amen. Gentlemen, good morning. Good morning, sir. Welcome to the Senate hearing room for the Committee on Ethics, Privileges, and Public Petition. Sorry we are starting late. We should have started before now. But it's a good thing that we are starting at all. Let me yield to my colleague here from the House to introduce himself.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Senator Neda, the Chairman, and my co-chairman. Our Chief Commissioner, MFR, our commissioners, the management team of PCC. My name is Mike Etaba. I represent Uber Federal Constituency. By the leave of Mr. Speaker and the leave of my colleagues, I'm the chairman of the House Committee on Public Petitions, House of Representatives. You're all welcome.
MFR, please can you also introduce your team to us?
Oh,
Before that, may you please allow us, let me yield again for my colleague here to also introduce himself.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, my distinguished colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dr. Juan Brian, representing all those South. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, sir. So, MFR, please introduce your team.
Compliments. Madam Lizzie.
Secretary, can you check the mic? None of them here is before.
MFR, please go ahead. Your mic is not working.
This is a campaign voice.
Let me
Actually,
remember the past do this. My name is Bashir Abakar. I'm the Special Guest of God and the Chief Commissioner of the Conference Commission. It's my pleasure to be with you this morning. If you permit, do I allow each person to?
yes. Thank you so much.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. My name is Muhammad Sani Akili Idris, Public Complaint Commissioner from Kaduna State.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and distinguished Senator. My name is Ineim Binawari, Honorable Commissioner, Bayelsa State Office. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chairman. My name is Rabbi Musa Diko, Commissioner FCT.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. My name is Mustafa Sayyidu Mahmoud, Commissioner of Nasarawa State.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, the Honorable Senate, distinguished Senate, and our Chairman, Public Petition, House of Rep. I am Salamati Bimai Mama, the Secretary to the Commission.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. My name is Dr. Hassan Mohamed Law, Chief of Staff to Honorable Commissioner.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. My name is Linda Audu, DFA.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. My name is Abdulaziz Abdullah, Director of Procurement.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. My name is Bakari Soniya Yoredia,
Deputy Director in charge of budget.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. My name is Larry Funshaw, Director of Legal Services.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. My name is Bawa Agan, Director of Investigation Private Sector.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. My name is Edna Ayaba, Director of Investigation Public Sector.
What's the name again?
Edna Ayaba.
Edopa.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. My name is Malam Isa Abubakar, Director of Enforcement.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. My name is Olumide Abonai, Director of Communication.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, Co-Chairman, and distinguished Senator. My name is Mohamed Nabu, Deputy Director.
Thank you all very much. This is a full house.
I'll
I'm
fix the
happy
mic.
that all those that will be speaking to us are here, if need be. This is another session of budget effects. What we do, I'm sure that you all are aware, is to look back at 2024 and see where we were, what we have done, and to project on 2025 with the budget that is before us to see what area we can improve on, considering what we did in 2024. We are quite aware of the drama of 2024, and it will be interesting to know exactly how we had transversed from that period to now. But I'm hoping that looking forward to the projection of 2025, taking a look at the 2025 budget estimate, particularly that of the PCC, and there's a lot there that we need to discuss. It looks like we haven't actually moved the needle from where we were in 2024. And if that is the case, then we are starting on the very bad foot. But I will pause and wait to hear from you to tell us briefly of the 2024.
Mr. Chairman, distinguished Senator, my colleagues here, I believe going through the antecedents, the history of the PCC, it is my pleasure to be in your midst this afternoon to identify with one of the major organs of your responsibility, knowing fully well that the Chairman PCC is an offshoot from the National Assembly. If you permit me, I can say we are all members of National Assembly, though not elected. Since the establishment of the PCC in 1975, PCC has served as Nigerians' ombudsman, providing a platform for citizens to seek redress for grievances and hold public institutions accountable. Its core mission is to resolve complaints of administrative injustice and foster good governance in both public and private sectors. Over the years, the PCC has been instrumental in addressing the needs of ordinary Nigerians, making government processes more transparent and accountable. Between 2021 to date, the PCC has received a total of 791,200 cases and has resolved 499,677 cases, while 291,000 cases are pending as at December 2024. Before my appointment as the 10th Chief Commissioner, the PCC was beset with numerous challenges that undermines its ability to effectively deliver on its mandate. These issues included administrative, adequate funding, lack of clear communication channels, and worsening staff welfare. These issues culminated in an industrial dispute that saw the Commission's premises picketed and its operations totally shut down for more than 3 weeks. The period of closure was unprecedented in the history of the Commission and highlighted the urgent need for leadership and reform to restore normalcy and rebuild public trust in the institution. Our assumption of duty on the 25th of September 2024, and in line with the directives of the Senate President and the Speaker of the House of Representatives, I convened the inaugural plenary of the Commission's leadership and immediately constituted a 7-man fact-finding committee to investigate the root causes of the industrial dispute and other operational challenges. The committee, composed of experienced and impartial members from 6
Chairman, what you are reading, do we have it? What you are reading, do we have it?
Did you circulate what you are reading?
Yeah.
Huh?
What are you?
Do you have any copy with you? Do you have any copy with you?
Yeah.
Do you have any copy?
Yes.
Take it. Make 4 copies.
Composed of experienced and impartial members from 6 geopolitical zones. They worked diligently for several weeks, engaging with stakeholders, staff, and other relevant parties to ensure a comprehensive understanding of the issues. I am pleased to report that their findings have been thoroughly documented and submitted to the Senate President for further consideration. The Commission under my leadership has brought a clear vision of reform, accountability, and innovation. My priorities include resolving lingering staff grievances, payment of new minimum wage, implementation of full cornless salary scale, improving operational efficiency by engaging senior legal professionals on pro bono basis, training of staff and commissioners, enhanced publicity drive of the Commission, completion of ongoing construction of office complex, renovation of state office buildings, construction of 500 capacity auditorium for case of references in ABUJA, procurement of operational vehicles, and restoring public confidence in regional and international ombudsman programs, which are equally paramount to the PCC. Distinguished Chairman, members of this great committee, the work of the PCC cannot be done in isolation. It requires the unwavering support of legislature, particularly this esteemed committee, to ensure the necessary resources, legislative backing, and oversight. Many Nigerians cannot afford the cost of going to court to pursue legitimate litigation. Hence, they resort to PCC as the only arbiter for the common man. I urge you to continue your invaluable support as we embark on this journey of rebuilding the PCC. Together, we can transform the Commission into a beacon of hope for citizens, ensuring that administrative justice and accountability remain fundamental pillars of our democracy. In closing, I express my gratitude to the Senate President, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, and this great committee for your steadfast commitment to the principles of fairness, equity, and justice as I present the budget of the PCC in the sum of 109 billion 602,162 naira only. Reposition and strengthen the Commission to effectively carry out its mandate. Thank you, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
We don't clap here, please. Ladies and gentlemen, we do not clap in the Senate. It's a violation of our rules. I probably would have said that before we started. Thank you. We've heard you.
I want to apologize on behalf of all my thank you so much.
That's all right. We've heard you, and I will say upfront that when I saw this budget, I knew that something is terribly wrong with it. I understand the role of PCC. Even us here, the role we play in our own public petition, it speaks a lot to what we expect from PCC. When we spoke privately, and I said to you that there has to be a way of us collaborating in such a way that all these issues that come to you, so we can also have it and see where we can actually come in by way of public petition to address these issues head on. It's true that part of our role here is quasi-judicial in the sense that we render justice, but out of the court front, but in the Senate board and in your various offices, because you are closer to the common man. The common man cannot actually afford legal services. Even when they can afford it, they also cannot afford the time it takes for any case to be concluded. And so we come in to close these gaps and to reduce the stress and tension in the country. They said a hungry man is an angry man. And so now that we are all very hungry, every little thing can spark disaffection that we may not even know how to contain it. And so all hands must be on deck to make sure that we salvage our country. It's our country, we don't have any other way. It's our home. To make sure that everything works well for us all. Having said that, I am looking at the 2025 budget here. And all that they gave us is 14,126. I wonder if that is going to pay the salaries alone. Now we talk about training, because I'm big on training. Because if you really want to be serious, then we must also talk about staff training. Because your work is not just, it's a bit technical. And you need training and retraining to make sure that the work is done efficiently. I'm also big on the fact that for us to take justice to the common man, they must almost get to their doorsteps by way of having our presence in all the 774 local government areas of our country. And this is your mandate, and this is what is expected of you. And so as we interrogate this budget, I wanted to focus more on these two areas of how do we take justice to the common man so that they can feel the presence of the federal government, and how do we begin to train and retrain our staff so that they can efficiently do the work. I'm also aware that you are understaffed, and with the new salary structure, how we're going to capture all of this so that the agency can work efficiently. These are my thoughts so far, and the reason why I'm not dwelling so much on how you spend the 2024 is because the whole plan of 2024, we're all very involved, the Senate and the House. How we went back and forth, there was no money to do anything. We thought that we could get some more money, which is why I'm surprised that this budget has not really addressed that shortfall. So I will yield to my colleague if he has anything to ask you. Before, I want you to address this issue of training and retraining. I'm very serious about it and see how we can address that.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My concern is that, Mr. Chairman, maybe you are not to present the budget. They have not presented anything. They are just read a speech. That is not for a budget presentation. So, because I've studied the budget, I've seen 101 billion against 14 of last year. That's completely a very huge increase. And I've tried to look at the statement of purpose, whether this was what we want to do with this. So I think we would, with your kind permission, we should be allowed to present this budget. He has not presented any budget before, so that we can discuss. If they are ready to do it today, or if they are ready.
Thank you so much, distinguished Senator. I kindly use this medium.
Before you say that, the caption here says 25 budget proposal with justification. Is that what it is? What I have there? That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it
Okay,
is.
directly to the page where you have your proposal with justification. What page is that?
For the 2025?
Huh?
Not already, Chairman. It is part of it, but
what's your total?
If you go back to page 20,
page 20,
yes, please. There is addition there. That one is just part of it. Then we have annual benefits for retired secretaries. That's added, and the service-wide. So if you put all the summation together with that 101, it's now going to give you a total of 109. So the one on page 21 is just part of it. The total summation is on page 20.
We have to amend page 21. In page 21, you said total public commission 1 in page 20, you said public commission, you did analysis. But the more data in page 21, which will be 101, I probably have to go to 109.
Yeah.
In the level of page 20.
Yeah. So page 20 should do the amendment and reflect 109,91017
as total.
As total. Yes, which is what page 21 is telling us.
Okay.
You can talk.
Considering the templates we use, the annual benefit for retired secretaries.
No, we are not questioning that. We are not questioning the
Majority.
legitimacy.
He said,
We are saying,
so.
no, you have to amend that. We
It
are
cannot
saying that if you tell us the total, it's 101, 154, 49168. That's what it says the total. Right? But if you go to the 20, that's what we're asking. Is it 101 that is the total or 109?
109.
If it's 109, then we want you to come back to this page 21 and tell us that the total is 109. We are not questioning the legitimacy. That's what we're talking about.
What Mr. Chairman is trying to tell you is the heading.
Yeah.
You understand? So if you change the heading, you are not calling it total.
Yes.
Unless if you say total and you now mention, you now get another that is subtotal.
Yes, right.
Then that will not address the issue. But this one, when you mention total, and we are having 101, and the other side we are having 109.
Yes. All right, so that's what we need to change.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
All right.
Yes, I think if we present, what we want to know is what is 109 going to be used for. So if we have what I mean, we have to present first what 109 will be used for. Then before we come to the application. The idea of changing the 109 is to make sure that somebody will not come and say the total budget is 101.
And has been padded.
It's an entire billions.
And it has been padded.
So we don't want that. So you have to get the correct figure so that when we get to operation committee, we are also members, we can pick the figure. Then it's now left for the chief now to tell us what 109 will be used for.
Mr. Chairman, distinguished Senator, if you go through page 22 of this budget presentation, the itemizations are there based on their respective codes. I'm presenting the budget for the Public Complaints Commission for year 2025. Under the total goods and non-personnel services general overhead cost, we have 30,261,835,401 naira. Travel and transport general, we have 10,060 million. And the breakdown is there. Under utilities general, we have 338,000 naira. Under materials and supplies general, we have a total of 4,393,600,000. We also have the maintenance services general with a total summation of 1,970,100,000. We have under training, which I'm sure Mr. Sharma will be much interested there, as you mentioned before. We have a total of 4.2 billion. Other services general, we have 862 million. Consulting and professional services general, we have 1.8 billion. Fuel and lubricants general, we have 465 million. Financial charges general, we have 750 million. Miscellaneous, we have 4,487,050,000 naira. Page 24, we have total capital expenditure 50,362,177,988 kobo naira. Purchase and acquisition of land 950 million. Ongoing projects 950 million. We have purchase of motor vehicles, 20 billion, 596,178,772 naira. Ongoing projects, we have 20,596,178,772 naira. Purchase of buses, we have 1,291,791,902 naira. Ongoing projects, 1,291,791,902 naira. Purchase of seaboats, 204 million. Ongoing projects, 204 million. We have purchase of office furniture and fittings, 3,742,098,920 naira. Ongoing projects, 3,742,098,920 naira. We have purchase of computers, ongoing. We have a total of 462 million naira. Purchase of computer printers, 142,932,000. Purchase of photocopy machine, 280 million. Purchase of shredding machine, 7,300,000. Purchase of power generating sets, 2,213,956,794 naira. Construction, provision of office building, 15,539,919,600 naira. Construction/provision of electricity, 410 million. Rehabilitation, repairs of office buildings, 1.2 billion, 1,286 million. Research and development, 40 million. Computer software acquisition, 1 billion, 96 million. Monitoring and evaluation, 500 million. Governance and institutional reforms, 1.5 billion. That is the breakdown, Mr. Chairman. And like we mentioned in page 20, the total formation as well as other exigencies with the part of the debt we have is the act of the Commission has made it very clear that all the past secretaries of the Commission should be enjoying their benefits even after they retire. And so far, none of them has benefited anything from the Commission. And that is where we have the item to their annual benefits for retired secretaries of the Commission. And then the service-wide. So if we add plus the breakdown of the expected expenditure, we have a total of 109 billion, 17,602 naira, 162 naira. Chairman, sir, this is the budget proposal I'm presenting to you and your able committee for the Public Complaints Commission for your consideration, please. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Let me take you back to page 25. Construction of office buildings, cafeteria, ADR centers, and so on. Are these new projects?
The question, sir?
Are they new projects?
Yes, they are new projects.
Okay. So page 24, purchase of land in states, Gorno, and the rest, that's an ongoing project.
Ongoing.
Okay. Purchase of furnitures for the commission, that's for nationwide.
Nationwide.
Okay. Purchase of power generator sets.
Nationwide too.
That's also nationwide. I just want to be sure where they are going. Now, page 22, local training and international training. You have training general 4,200,000,000. Right?
Mr. Chairman?
Page 22.
Page 23, yeah.
Training general.
Training general, yeah. 4.2 billion.
Okay. Local training.
3 billion.
International training.
1.2 billion.
Where's the National Assembly here? When you talk about international training or seminars and the rest, is the National Assembly captured here?
What we did, Mr. Chairman, here is that I explained to you in your office, the budget belongs to National Assembly. As far as we are concerned, PCC and us is an offshoot. Probably it is part of the problems that we have had before. And now we are trying to give our placement where we belong. And anything to do with training, we must ensure that the National Assembly is part and parcel of that training, whether locally or internationally. Foreign trips, where like last December, I was the only person and my director of public relations that were able to accommodate the invitation of the Ombudsman in Hong Kong. By the time we got there, Mr. Chairman, we belittled ourselves because when we saw countries like South Africa sending about 10 people, smaller countries, Kenya sending 5 people, but we hadn't the money, so we were forced to go just to force. Nigeria is so big in terms of population and participation in World Ombudsman that we need to even go with some members of the National Assembly, some commissioners for such places. So it is very important. We learned a lot. They celebrated their 35 years of anniversary. And Mr. Chairman, this has brought my attention to also crave your indulgence that this year Nigeria is going to mark her 50th anniversary of Ombudsman in Nigeria. And it will certainly be apt if Mr. Chairman and your able team can specially...
Is this captured in this budget?
It's captured. It's captured. The President of the country and the entire manager of National Assembly, the entire government sectors will do a lot for people because of this Ombudsman Day. And the entire Nigerian population will now know that yes, the community is with them. Through is a medium that your committee can use to bring people closer to the government. It is a very, very viable opportunity, Mr. Chairman. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman, and very distinguished ladies and gentlemen. This is a very ambitious budget. And Mr. Chairman, we have to take this up with the Senate President and the leadership of the National Assembly. This is a commission moving from 14 billion to 109 billion in the space of 1 year. Something is wrong. And we have a budget of 20 billion to purchase vehicles, not to be a National Assembly itself. Most of the senators hasn't got vehicles, and we are not interested in having. If that is the state by which the economy can accommodate us, it's fine. We can do without vehicles. But do you have an agency of government spending 20 billion vehicles? This is very hard. You are putting 1 billion travels for international staff. That will not take anybody apart from you and your secretary. I'm chairman of the parliamentary worldwide, so I travel every day. I just attend this place because of my chairman. And I don't really see even traveling 5, 6 countries will take $1 billion away. So I don't know. So I think the budget priority is not set right, in my own view. Your R&D is so poor. You have the furniture of 3 billion, and your research and development is so small. And these people need to do more. You said you led some things in Hong Kong. The function of R&D is to bring those things to your attention, even more before you travel to Hong Kong. So I think the budget for R&D is very poor, research and development there. If you are putting 20 billion on vehicles and 3 billion on furniture, and you are putting less than $1 billion, something million naira on R&D, I don't know how that will all go well. So, but you have said something. I'm very happy with the chief here because he seems to have the good grasp of his job. But the challenge is that don't be too overconfident that because National Assembly go, because when we raise objection, we raise objection. I'm a member of appropriation committee, and my chairman. Once we raise this one with the Senate President, that it's not going to go. If it goes, we find out why it's going, and it will not go because we don't even have reflection of last year's performance of the budget. Well, 14 billion was given to you last year. What did you do with it? What did you achieve in specific terms? What were the achievements dashboard of last year's budget with 14 billion? That as an achievement. Maybe it's what trigger the several thousand percentage in the increase in budget from 14 billion to 109 billion. It's not something we can report in the paper. It looks a bit. You can do 200 billion. What's that justification? As we are building public complaint offices, 726 local government, it can even cost close to a trillion or half a trillion, depending on how you want to equip it. But this one, the budget is not saying that. The budget is just saying training, international 1 billion. Ticket to London is about 9 billion. 10 officers go to London times 10, that's 100 million. They are not paid the accommodation, they are not paid the ticket cost. We don't even forget about whether National Assembly want to go with you. That is not our business. Our business is how well are you doing. That's our own business. We have a means of traveling all over. If we are going to World Bank, I go with my chairman. World Bank will pay the expenses, not National Assembly. I tell them pay, they have to pay. So to me, as a chairman, I think we should have another time with the chief and look at this budget very properly. And we will want you to do a summary of last year's achievements. We didn't present it. And you have to present it. Actually, it started. Like the Central Bank government presented this right. And one presented by Mr. Finance last week. Started with the previous year's review. What were the cornerstones? What are the dashboards of the last year achievement? Because you are moving from 14 billion to 109. Anybody want to sign with you, including Senate President? I'm there to protect Senate President. If we have to put it there, I will tell you no. The reason is that we don't have significant reason why you are changing the paradigm. But if you are changing, Chairman talking about training, or you put 4 billion on training, 4 billion out of 109, it's still not. And I think everybody here needs training if they are to do the job very well for you. Enforcement need training. They need to talk with the FCC, Enforcement Department, and they have to have a synchronized arrangement by which they can enforce their training. And the budget is limited in terms of enforcement. Because it's a thing that, and Chairman talked about the fact that you have to educate the public about your activities, which look to be at low level. So we expect that advertisements, training at various local government level, at regional level, we probably consume 25% of the budget this year. And this is an area where we cannot say no. You know, where we see it paper. But nevertheless, I'm sure these green areas, when you meet with the chairman, there are things that you can resolve. You know, and that is to be honest with you, you need to have justification why you are moving from 14 to 109. That's huge. And there will be something big. Like beyond 20 billion. In fact, the president was already here at about 20 billion. There are so many other things you can do, you know, which I think. I know vehicles are important, and they are important, and they are expensive. For example, a Land Cruiser now, what commissioner per state is about 384 million naira, times 36 of the federation. You know, it's coming to the billion you are talking about. But there must be a way to manage this because it's too volatile for explanation. You know, but like Chairman said, that's why I'm going to conclude my own contribution. There is need for you to sensitize the public. And sensitization will have no end. In fact, I expect that in this year, 2025, you will distill your commissioners to talk to all the local governments and make a lot of training in their various states for people to know what you are doing. And that will be covered by the budget. But please mark my own significant goal. Moving from 14 billion last year to 109, something must trigger that tremendous change in amount. And it's not very obvious. Thank you very much.
Thank you, distinguished colleague. Before I say something, may I allow my Vice Chair to introduce himself?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, distinguished colleagues. Our guest, the Chairman of Public Commission, and members. My name is Senator Ibrahim Khalid. I represent Kaduna North Senatorial District from Kaduna State. Incidentally, the Chairman is my constituent. Thank you.
It's a constituent, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you can take a bow.
You can take a bow.
And Ruka is my classmate.
Oh, really?
She had a commissioner for Bayelsa. You can take a bow too. Everybody have one thing to do.
All right, so this is a friendly one. My distinguished brother, thank you so very much. Maybe you should speak a little bit about what happened last year.
Yes.
You know, in my opening remark, I said I'm not dwelling so much about 2024 because of the hoopla that occurred. For about 2 weeks or thereabout, PCC was locked down completely. Placards all over the place. They actually came to National Assembly.
4 weeks.
4 weeks. And then we had several meetings with the Senate President, with the Speaker, with the Clerk of the National Assembly, and to resolve the issue. The issue was a matter of salaries and the salary levels, whether or not they should be with the National Assembly steps or the other ones. And so it went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And from what I understand, we are short of about 6 billion in back salaries. And in addition to that, now we have the new salary scale that has actually brought up everything. And before then, a whole lot of things have been in deficit, like you mentioned. The PCC, in my opinion, have not been able to do what it's supposed to do, and the excuse have always been lack of funding. This training, I'm serious about training, not necessarily for ourselves, but for your staff. If they must carry out the mandate, then they must be trained and retrained. And you have offices in the whole 7 and 74 local governments. Many of these offices are still not staffed, or even those that are staffed are not well staffed. And I'm also aware, for what the former chief told me, that some of them are at the pleasure of the state governors having them offices offices. And then you have a little problem with them, then they begin to stress you that they don't close down your office. And so you are at the mercy of these people, which is why we said, come 2025, we must look for a way to ginger out the budget in such a way that you'll be able to do your work. But if you listen to what my colleague said, it's actually reordering your budget. Where emphasis should be placed, then we should lay emphasis on those things, and less emphasis on those things that will trigger questioning. But on the overall, yes, I believe that you need more money, and I've always believed that you've never had enough money. You are more like a police. If police are in every local government, and you are in every local government, then they should be able to ensure that you have the resources to do so. The purchase of cars, like you said, yes, it's necessary that you have cars. It might not be Prado, it might not be those big ones, but for the chief and some of the commissioners, yes. But for the other members, it shouldn't be that kind of exotic cars. So you can go back and order these things. But I believe, and I'll speak to my colleagues again about it, that yes, you need money, and what you have just brought forward is not too much for me. You are not the only one with the problem. If you look at CCT, you will cry. It's as if they don't want it to work. Look at CCT. Just look at it and say, just 2 billion. Just look at it again, it's 2 billion. It's as if they don't want it to work. And I'm asking, is it for salaries or what is this for? And so it's a shame what we are doing to public complaints and CCT and CCP. We need funding for this because the face of the National Assembly is here. It's here. What we do in our public petition, we don't even have enough money to publicize it. And I'm going to partner with you to make sure that at least what we do here is known to the world. Because we address the issue of the common man. Those who can afford court charges, those who can even have the wherewithal to approach a court, but their rights are being trampled upon. And they have nowhere else to go but to come here. This is the people's court. They don't pay filing fees. They don't pay anything here. They just, all they need is bring their petition. Once it gets here, we attend to it, free of charge. And we try to bring succor to Nigerians. So, yes, it needs to be funded. But I was speaking with my colleague again, we have to look for, because I need his voice to convince the Senate President, because he has a very vocal voice, I must say so. And so, where he's going now, I'm going to hold him. I'm going to hold him very seriously, so he can understand why we need this money. If we need to order the arrangement, yes, we'll do it, but we need the money. Thank you.
Sorry, Mr. President, Mr. Chairman. Yes, sir. I think again you can also have external aids. So the R&D department, since you have a brilliant head, you should be able to put up a proper R&D to get external aids. Suppose you have $10 million external aids, that will help you a lot. So, sir, maybe we can have a closed door seminar with them, maybe next month, and open them to external aids. So those of us who work with World Bank, IMF, we can let them understand where this, because EFCC have more than $32 million in just 6 months. And in a year, they gave us $72, they didn't even go money. So why can't you get extra aid? Then we can also invite the chairman of the EFCC to meet with the chief to open their own, where is their aid coming from, so that they can exchange notes and then they can get aid. But it means chair have to set up a proper R&D with a good head. That if I could recruit somebody to be in charge of your foreign aid, what is bad in that? So the job of that person is just to get you foreign aid. And secondly, the issue of Attorney General of Federation, the little problem you have around. We can also make the Attorney General to write a strong-worded letter on behalf of the federal government to all state governors, to take you serious beyond what they are doing. that can be done with chair, meeting the Senate President tomorrow, and then make a complaint formally, and a strong order letter is given to the General Office, to all the 30 state governors, to take Public Complaint Commission very seriously and give them all the support they need as a directive of Mr. President. That letter, I think, will help you a lot, so that you don't be buying land. They should give you land, and in most cases, when they give you land, they're supposed to furnish office for you. That they do it for EFCC and all those places. Why are they not doing it for you? Is EFCC better than? So I think, sir, you probably need to set up a proper aid department, so that we need to have 1 week, maybe 3 days seminar. Even if it is here, you cannot get money to get hotel, no problem. I can also give you my hotel technology free of use for you for the 3 days conference, so that you bring all agency of government, purposely to open your eyes to where they are collecting their own aids from. EFCC present paper on aids. Minister of Finance present paper on aids. Central Bank present paper on aids. By the time 6 of them present paper on aids, I think your boys' eyes should have been open to where aids is coming from. And then you can quickly harness that. What you are asking for here, or what they are giving you is small. 14 billion, I don't know how many dollars is that. It's possibly less. The dollar now, $1 million now is about 1.7 billion. So this is less than $8 million. It will not do the job. It will never do the job. So please, my contribution is that get 2 things ready. Let the chair, and I will tell you today, write to the SP and write a letter to the to write to the governors and copy you. And secondly, chiefs should set up a proper R&D with the desk who is in charge of AIDS. Somebody must be, whether director or whatever you call him, is in charge of AIDS. Then do a 3-day seminar for all other government departments to open. Even Mr. President office, there are some that collect AIDS on the environment for free. So how come they're not telling you where this aid is coming from? Because if this aid is coming directly to you, we only have oversight function on it. We don't have anything. But you can get a $10 million in 1 year from your office. With the chief proactive way of doing things, I think you can see some proactiveness in you. Even though I don't know you before, but I think we can do that. And you have a lot of information out there. So what I was saying is that before you arrive, is that you should write, you should need the SP to write letter for the party. You have to write a sworn letter to the 30 state government to take them serious and support them, and then copy the chief, and then the chief to set up around the department to have the aid desk. Then we have 1 week seminar to go to all these government departments. Those are under me too. I will give them the list. Just for AIDS. Yes. Yes. It's aid you need. There are lots of aids all over. And there are consultants you can use for AIDS. They get the aid for you.
Mr. Chairman, if you remember during the inauguration, I think it's easier to do that because during the inauguration, the Speaker and the Senate President were present. Yeah. And they promised this Public Complaint Commission that they will assist them and give them a lot of money to work. Yes. So with that, we can always, I think Mr. Chairman is just going to remind the Speaker and the Senate President about their promise when they came to the church.
And another thing is that why don't the National Assembly take over the budget of the Public Complaint Commission as their own budget? Why making them to go through this stress? Yes. Why don't you add their money to our money? Yes. Then we then give them directly from our own. Yes. So all this presentation, all this kind of something will not be necessary. I think we can see the SP is coming back today, and it's going back on Thursday. So we can see it.
No, it's good because they promised.
They should assume this budget. What is the National Assembly has about 1.something trillion in the budget. So why don't you take ownership of this budget 100% and then release to them what they need directly. And your own budget say PPC, part of the National Assembly, 100 billion or 80 billion or whatever it is. So the money comes to us directly, we don't to the federal budget. Then you give it to them. Yes.
I think that this solution is good. It's very good. Yes. In the sense that since they are already part of us, we appoint them, we inaugurated them, and they should be part of the National Assembly as well. Yes. So I think this is something.
And the National Assembly is giving a land cruiser to each senator and a jeep to each House of Assembly. Why don't you procure it for them? If you are in doubt of their 20 billion, give the share 36 randoms. If you like, buy it at 1 naira or gift, whatever you have. National Assembly should procure this vehicle, hand over to the share, we distribute it to them. I think it's more easier to assume the budget. It will give them more or less stress of coming here, whether they come here to. Yeah. Because if we assume their budget, we just give them the money from our budget. Why would we give them to come here and spend? It's just completely.
No, we're already oversetting them. Anyway.
All right. I think you can take that one. I'm available. Yes, me too. Yeah. Chief, you can meet with the, don't let us take you through all the protocol. Just meet with the chairman. If need be, we walk to the Senate President. Maybe our resolution and the committee is that National Assembly should assume your budget. I'll credit you. That's more straightforward than all this.
Assistant.